Hi guys, welcome back. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to sincerely thank Mr. Douglas Wigdor for issuing a statement in response to my email request clarifying that Lamesha Fuller is not the real Jane Doe. I realized I forgot to include this statement in my previous video, so I'm addressing it now. So last Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, I emailed Mr. Wigdor at 8 a.m. in the morning. The same day, Diddy was denied bail. I did a video about it. It's called Diddy's Accuser is Not the Real Jane Doe. Make sure you check it out. It is really good. And I came with the receipts, okay? So here's the email I sent. I said, "Dear Mr. Wigdor, my name is Maria, and I run a YouTube platform, Maria Daily TV, where I provide commentary and analysis on trending topics. Recently, I came across a situation involving two women claiming to be victims of Sean Combs, which I believe warrants your attention. One of these women, Adria English, filed a lawsuit against Mr. Combs, but was reportedly dropped as a client by her attorney, Ariel Mitchell Kidd. Since then, she has been speaking on various YouTube platforms, bringing another individual into the narrative. This second woman, Lamesha Fuller, is from Texas and claims to be Jane Doe from Detroit, the same Jane Doe you are currently representing. Ms. Fuller has been sharing fabricated stories, allegedly taking details from real victims, and even a movie titled Blank Twice and passing them off as her own. She has appeared on YouTube channels where her claims are being used for views, misleading audiences, and soliciting money via Cash App under false pretenses. I believe this behavior could potentially be illegal and harmful to the integrity of genuine victim advocacy. As a supporter of true victims and an advocate against human trafficking, I find this deeply concerning. To prevent further misinformation and harm, I kindly request that you issue a statement clarifying whether Ms. Fuller is indeed your client. Such a statement would help dispel confusion and protect the reputation of your office and the real Jane Doe. For your reference, I have included links to relevant videos and materials below. Please let me know if there's any additional information you may need from me. Thank you for your time and attention to this matter. Sincerely, Maria. Okay, so this was Wednesday. So, of course, it was a holiday, Thursday. And so then Monday, first thing he did, he put out a statement, Mr. Wigdor, and he said this: "A woman has recently come forward claiming to be our client, Jane Doe, who asserted claims of gender-motivated violence against Sean Combs, Harv Peer, and others. She is not the individual, She is not the individual we represent in the pending lawsuit. Our client's identity remains confidential." Okay? You see that? Douglas Wigdor LLP. This is from their Twitter. Okay? So I thought this was amazing because I did ask that he put out a statement because what Lamesha was doing was wrong. It was wrong. And also, I am in contact with Cash App because she has scammed a lot of people because these thirsty YouTubers, these desperate YouTubers. And mind you, these people have tons of subscribers and they are still desperate for views. Okay, they gave this liar a platform to lie and scam their audiences. Okay, and you know what else? There's a platform who had all these liars on his platform. And even though Mr. Wigdor put out a statement, this guy still saying, I don't want to call her a liar. He don't want to call Misha a liar, but it's not adding up. Why not call a spade a spade? She's a liar. Because he wants to continue to make money off of these lies. And he still want her on his platform after it's been exposed that she's a liar. And the lawyer put out a statement saying that is not the real Jane Doe. Misha is not the real Jane Doe. Boy, these people are pathetic. But let's move on. So now, Diddy's son, Christian Combs, was served with legal paperwork by Grace Arnake at Diddy's Miami mansion. According to court documents, Grace Arnake filed a lawsuit accusing Christian of assault battery, sexual assault, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Grace had the paperwork delivered to Diddy's mansion on the water, Miami. In her lawsuit, Grace claimed she worked as a stewardess in the yachting industry since 2018. She said she had planned to work in the industry for the rest of her life, but claimed the alleged incident with Christian has derailed those plans. Grace said she was working on a yacht named Victorious in July 2022. Grace said Diddy chartered a yacht for himself and his son came along. Grace said Diddy turned what was sold as a wholesome family excursion into a hedonistic environment filled with guests who Grace believed were SEX workers. Grace said it resulted in an unexpected increase in workload for her and her colleagues, as well as unwanted exposure to unlawful DRUGUs, SEX work, and general chaos. During one shift, Grace said that Christian was around. She said he took an immediate interest in her, which she considered very inappropriate. She claimed Christian pressured her to drink with him in a recording studio. Grace's lawsuit said Christian violently grabbed Grace's arm and began hurting her. Christian pulled Grace into the seat beside him and prevented her from getting up. Grace said she asked to be able to return to the kitchen, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. She said Christian continued to demand she take more shots. Grace was quite scared and realized she was in a very dangerous situation. Grace was also feeling the effect of the tequila shots and quickly suspected that the tequila was spiked, the lawsuit read. The lawsuit claimed that later in the day, Christian cornered Grace in a room and became physical and extremely aggressive. She said he groped her as she pushed him back. She pushed him back constantly. Grace said Christian took off all his clothes and showed off his erection. She said that he grabbed her arms and tried to force her to perform oral on him. Grace started fighting Christian, but he stopped when another employee walked into the room. She said she told her captain the following morning, but he lacked compassion or concern, failed to investigate, and insisted that she was probably partying with the guests. Grace said this was not true. Grace said the captain made her continue serving Christian while they were on the yacht and claimed she was not provided an option to be isolated or not serve Christian. The lawsuit claimed, in addition to losing her employment, Grace also lost her longtime partner with whom she had planned a future. Grace's partner was never the same after seeing Grace's bruise on her body because of Christian sexual assault and having to deal with the mental and emotional ramifications, so they separated. Grace's mental health deteriorated to the point that she was medicated and required intensive therapy. Additionally, she fell into a deep depression and was unable to fully carry out her maid of honor duties at the wedding of her only sister in June 2023, which she had been looking forward to doing for over 18 months, her lawyer wrote in the lawsuit. Grace said she continues to suffer serious harm as a result of Christian's actions. At the time the lawsuit was filed, Diddy's attorney slammed Grace's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn. Tyrone filed a separate case against Diddy on behalf of a music producer named Rodney Jones. We all remember Rodney Jones. So I'm glad Christian was finally served, because I did a video on her lawsuit, Grace's lawsuit, like months ago. So he finally was served, because Christian is as bad as Diddy, like father, like son. And Justin too, I think his is coming, because he was naming the loss in Diddy's lawsuits. So I'm sure he's going to have his own lawsuit, because if Christian was served, maybe Justin is not around to be served, but he'll be served shortly. Because Diddy, listen, it's sad, because there's no way that these kids were not affected, because Diddy is such a monster. Like, he turned his kids into him. Like, they're like little Diddies. That's how terrible this guy is. He messed up his kid's life. And let's not forget his daughters. Can you imagine the stuff that they've seen and they've experienced and all the things that they probably had to do? Okay, don't put any limits on Diddy. Okay? He's a self-proclaimed devil. He said he's the devil. Okay? So this guy doesn't have a heart. He has a hole for a heart. He has a black hole. That's what his heart is. That black hole. Okay? So don't think that these kids, there's no way you could be in that environment and not be affected. Okay? These girls, his daughters, believe me, they know who their daddy truly is. They know the monster that he is. But because that's what they know, that's all they used to. That's what they used to. And, so they look past that. They don't have a choice, But don't you think for a second that these kids, not just the disgusting sons, but the daughters, they seen a lot and they've been through a lot. Diddy didn't care who was around. He was reckless and he was always high on, So, yeah. So these kids, they experience a lot of nasty, disgusting things. So, and I cannot stand Christian. Christian is a wannabe. I remember when the thing started with Diddy, the whole Cassie thing. 'Cause I never paid this clown any mind. I never paid Christian any mind. So when the whole thing happened with Cassie, I looked at his snap because it was recommended, and I just clicked. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything in my life. Someone who tries so hard. Everything he does is so forced. This guy is just like, oh my gosh, he is weird. He is weird. He tries too hard. And that girlfriend of his, what's her name? Raven. She is, oh my God. She is fake from the top to the bottom. She had a nose job. Okay. She had a big nose. Why am I saying this? I don't know. I just, listen. Yeah, she had a nose job. She had her booty done. Her boobs. She's just a freaking, those BBL bodies. Yeah, that's the girlfriend. And he's always just like I said on my earliest video on Diddy, I mentioned that. It's like she's a piece of meat. He has no respect for her. The way he just grab on her, and when they're taking their videos and their pictures, he just grabbing on her fake booty and all these things. I'm like, oh, this guy don't respect you. And the things she been through with Christian, I'm sure they done a lot of freak offs as well. I'm sure Diddy probably sampled her because Diddy sampled all of his son's girlfriends. Okay? So I'm sure she participated in a lot of nasty things with Diddy and Christian. You better believe it. Don't put anything past these sickos. Raven was passed around. I believe she's a SEX worker, and she's using her little, what do you call it? Her little AliExpress. What does she sell? She sell sweats, hoodies and sweatpants, right? And it's funny because the way she be like, I be working so hard. All you do is order these sweats from China and they put their logo on it, and then that's working hard. Come on, stop. But back to Christian. That guy, I cannot stand watching him. He just looks so off. He looks off. Everything's just like he just always wanna show off his jewelry and just like doing clownish stuff. This guy's a clown. I'm serious. Just take one little second and watch his random snap. You'll be like, what the heck? You'll be like trust me, you wouldn't be like, ooh, you'll be like, what the heck? It's so bad that I don't even watch his stuff anymore. I just wanted to because in the beginning, when the whole thing came out, I was like, I'm very observant. I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on. And all oh gosh, he does the same thing over and over. The jewelry over his hand, and he just put out these stupid little music videos that he's in. Like, he doesn't have any talent. So I don't know why Diddy was trying to make him a rapper. So anyway, Christian has been served legal paperwork, so that's good. That's all, you guys. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. Any suggestions? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe. And yeah, thank you for supporting my little channel. Okay? All right. Peace.